In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on November 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Quinnipiac versus St. John's. There is a tri-state flavor to this matchup. Quinnipiac University sits in Hampton, Connecticut, and competes in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. MAC basketball has its share of energy and rivalry. Merrimack, Iona, Marist, Siena, and Manhattan all share this league, representing upstate New York and Connecticut. Compared to a regional power from New York City like the Red Storm, these programs are often seen as overmatched, small school challengers. That is how the market tends to view a team such as the Bobcats. Yet, Quinnipiac claimed the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference regular season title last year and came within 2 games of reaching the NCAA tournament before Iona eliminated it in the conference semifinals. The Red Storm, on the other hand, carried top 5 potential and the weight of New York City's basketball spotlight. They are viewed as the city's college basketball flagship, the collegiate counterpart to the Knicks. With that kind of reputation, the team often commands a premium in betting markets. However, Quinnipiac approaches this as a chance to challenge the regional powerhouse, while St. John's could already be thinking ahead to Saturday's meeting with Alabama. A possible look-ahead situation and an inflated spread meet a focused underdog eager to prove itself. As our first pick for this matchup, the Quinnipiac Bobcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last season, St. John's averaged 78.5 points per game, ranking 67th nationally. On defense, it allowed 65.8 points per game, placing 29th. The Red Storm shot 44.5% from the field, ranking 179th, and only 30.1% from three-point range, which stood at 347th. At the free throw line, the team made 69.1% of its attempts, good for 285th. It collected 41.3 rebounds per game, ranking 4th in the nation, handed out 15.7 assists per game, ranking 53rd, and committed 10.9 turnovers per game, ranking 98th. Quinnipiac, by contrast, scored 73.9 points per game last season, placing 175th nationally. Defensively, it gave up 71.5 points per game, ranking 160th. The Bobcats shot 42.6% from the field, ranking 294th, and 29.6% from three-point range, ranking 352nd. They performed better at the free throw line, making 76.3% of attempts, ranking 41st. The team averaged 38.3 rebounds per game, ranking 38th, while recording 13.8 assists per game, ranking 165th, and committing 12.9 turnovers per game, ranking 286th. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total, is our full game total pick. Florida versus Arizona. Opening night for college basketball begins with a marquee showdown between 2 of the nation's elite programs, set against the bright lights of Las Vegas. The Florida Gators face the Arizona Wildcats in a matchup that feels worthy of March. Florida enters as the reigning national champion, returning with a roster that remains deep and balanced. Arizona, under head coach Tommy Lloyd, continues to rank among the sport's most consistent powerhouses. Both the Big 12 and the Southeastern Conference are as strong this season as they were last year, and these 2 teams sit comfortably among their respective conference leaders. Florida's biggest departure is Walter Clayton, the heart and pulse of last year's title run. His absence leaves both a talent gap and a leadership void. Even so, the Gators bring back key frontcourt presence Alex Condon and added Boogie Fland, a talented guard transfer from Arkansas who will anchor the backcourt. Their activity in the transfer portal has stocked the bench with capable depth. positioning them well for another deep campaign. Arizona's core is defined by point guard Jaden Bradley, a steady veteran, and Koa Pete, a 6'8" freshman whose skill set already hints at NBA potential. The Wildcats also landed 5-star recruit Braden Burries, a top 10 national prospect whose presence boosts the program's ceiling. Florida's experience gives it structure, though early season chemistry might take time to settle. Arizona's roster, though younger, carries exceptional athletic upside and hunger to make a statement. The first few games of the year often reveal uneven play as teams adjust to new rotations, which makes this matchup less predictable. Still, Arizona has every reason to view this as an early test against the defending champions, and its energy and depth should keep the game competitive from start to finish. As our first pick for this matchup, the Arizona Wildcats to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams will look to run from the tip. Expect a fast pace defined by transition opportunities, quick ball movement, and relentless drives to the basket. Each averaged roughly 72 possessions per game last season, ranking 55th and 79th nationally. Both teams excelled on the offensive glass, creating second-chance scoring, while being less forceful on the defensive boards. The floor generals, Flan for Florida and Bradley for Arizona, thrive in the open court and will push tempo to find high-percentage looks for their teammates. Given the offensive depth on both sides, this matchup has the ingredients for a high-scoring contest. Arizona's games against Wisconsin, Oklahoma, and West Virginia last season often produced point totals that soared beyond projections. Florida's offensive output has also evolved, showing improved rhythm and variety since its championship run. With elite playmakers, rebounders, and scorers on both ends, this clash has all the makings of a high-tempo scoring showcase. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston College versus Florida Atlantic. The Boston College Eagles and the Florida Atlantic Owls face off Monday night at the Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena in what should be an interesting early season test for both programs. This marks the fourth meeting between the two schools, with Boston College holding a 3-0 record in the all-time series. Boston College enters this matchup as the more physical team. They play with size and toughness, but that same physical style can sometimes create problems when opponents draw fouls. This could be one of those cases, as Florida Atlantic is skilled at getting to the free throw line and converting their chances. In their exhibition game against UConn, the Eagles committed only 17 fouls, but Hand and Payne took 57.4% of the team's shots. That kind of imbalance highlights that Boston College still needs time to blend its new players into the system. On the other side, Florida Atlantic lost its top 6 scorers from last season, yet the Owls looked sharp in their lone exhibition game, scoring 110 points. The offensive flow appeared natural for a team undergoing major turnover, which bodes well early. This matchup gives Florida Atlantic a rare opportunity to make a national statement at home against a power conference opponent. Boston College might have the best individual player on the floor, but consistency has long been their issue. They often struggle to sustain success against solid competition, and until they prove otherwise, skepticism is warranted. As our first pick for this matchup, the Florida Atlantic Owls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Statistically, Florida Atlantic ranked second in the American in field goal percentage last season at 46.4%, which is respectable but not elite. They were 81st in tempo according to KenPom, yet just 209th in adjusted offensive efficiency. That shows they pushed the pace, but often failed to capitalize. With a roster full of new contributors, the Owls will need time to find rhythm and balance on offense. Boston College, meanwhile, brings back its leading scorer, but the team still funnels too much of its offense through Hand. When he sits, their attack tends to stall, revealing a lack of reliable secondary scoring options. Last season, the Eagles ranked 207th in tempo and 187th in adjusted offense, and there's little evidence they will make big improvements in either category this year. Both teams face questions about offensive identity and consistency, which could shape the pace and scoring output of this contest. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oakland versus Michigan. The Wolverines enter the season with one of the strongest front courts in college basketball. Yaxel Lendeborg, Ade Mara, and Morris Johnson give Michigan a rare mix of size, strength, and depth. That interior advantage stands out against an Oakland team that lacks the bodies to compete inside. Elliot Cadeau's speed at point guard should help Michigan dictate tempo, while shooters like Roddy Gale and Nemari Burnett can spread the floor and force defenses to make tough choices. At home in front of a packed Chrysler Center, Michigan's line lineup balance and athletic edge give them a strong foundation to control the pace early and pressure Oakland's defense throughout. Oakland faces a difficult task, despite Greg Kampe's experience and steady coaching approach. The Golden Grizzlies often rely on a zone defense to slow games down, but Michigan's combination of length, mobility, and passing makes it tough to hide mismatches. If the Wolverines use their front court to establish position inside and draw extra defenders, it should lead to open perimeter shots that shift the momentum. Michigan's rotation depth also allows them to maintain energy, apply pressure on defense, and create fast break chances that Oakland may struggle to counter. Their ability to sustain intensity across all 40 minutes can tilt the flow of the game in their favor. As our first pick for this matchup, the Michigan Wolverines to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Under Dusty May, Michigan's depth and quick pace are likely to turn this contest into a high-possession matchup. Oakland has shown it can play fast when needed, and both teams may find themselves trading possessions at a brisk tempo. Michigan's size gives them reliable scoring inside, while their shooters can stretch the floor to keep defenses honest. Oakland's zone coverage often leaves gaps that lead to fast transitions and open looks, giving both sides chances to score in bunches. Even if the Golden Grizzlies have difficulty matching Michigan's efficiency, their willingness to shoot from long range keeps the scoreboard active. With the Wolverines capable of generating points in multiple ways, this game projects to move at a lively pace. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Villanova versus BYU. The Villanova Wildcats and the BYU Cougars will open their college basketball seasons with a non-conference matchup in Las Vegas. This game is part of the Hall of Fame series and will follow the Arizona versus Florida opener. The Cougars reached the Sweet 16 last March and enter this season with the highest expectations in school history. Their roster is built for a deep tournament run, highlighted by freshman Ajay Dbansta, the most highly ranked recruit ever to sign with BYU. Dbansta is projected as a likely top 3 pick in the 2026 NBA draft. Around him, the Cougars have built a balanced and experienced team that makes them a legitimate national title contender. Senior guard Richie Saunders returns after averaging 16.5 points per game last season. BYU also added former 4-star recruit Robert Wright III, who transferred from Baylor after an impressive freshman year. According to Bart Torvik's preseason rankings, the Cougars sit 6th nationally, while Villanova stands 50th. The Wildcats enter the year under new head coach Kevin Willard after parting ways with Kyle Neptune. Willard represents a clear coaching upgrade, though his current roster lacks the depth and firepower of BYU. Bart Torvik projects BYU to have the second best offense in the country. That efficiency should test a Villanova defense ranked 53rd in the preseason. The Cougars excel in offensive rhythm and spacing, and their outside shooting often opens up scoring lanes for high-percentage looks. Villanova, meanwhile, is still adjusting to a new system and will need time to find consistency on both ends. The contrast between BYU's established chemistry and Villanova's transition phase could prove decisive. This matchup will serve as an early measure of where both programs stand. BYU's offensive talent is proven, while Villanova seeks an identity under a new coach. The Wildcats have tended to schedule lighter opponents early in recent years, but this contest provides a sharper test. Kevin Willard will learn quickly how his team stacks up against elite competition. As our first pick for this matchup, the BYU Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Last season, BYU ranked 170th in adjusted tempo, while Villanova ranked 351st. Kevin Willard's Maryland team, however, ranked 66th in adjusted tempo, suggesting that this new Villanova squad will likely push the pace more often. BYU went 9-5-0 to the over in non-conference play last season. The Cougars averaged 81.5 points per game a year ago, and Villanova managed 74 points per game under their previous system. Maryland, under Willard, averaged 81.1 points, which indicates a faster, more aggressive offensive approach could emerge for the Wildcats. BYU will look to generate open three-point attempts and force quick responses from Villanova. Both teams can score in bunches when their perimeter shots fall. KenPom rated BYU 9th in adjusted offense and 170th in tempo last season. Villanova's tempo was near the bottom nationally, but Willard's Maryland teams ranked 23rd in adjusted offense. The Wildcats now have more options and flexibility if a particular strategy stalls. The combination of BYU's efficiency and Villanova's expected uptick in pace sets up an intriguing offensive matchup under the bright lights of Las Vegas. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.